an ADOS dude. There was an ADOS dude named Bill something, Bill the Icon.
Right. Bring up all the dirty laundry.
And we shouldn't be modeling that kind of example for our young men, for our boys, for our sons, nephews, or whatever the case may be. Because for one, if we teaching them that violence is something that that we go to and we pull out the toolbox first and foremost, then we know what's going to end up happening more times than not. And our boys already have a target on their backs, and we don't want to put them in any situations where they have to deal unnecessarily with law enforcement, the justice system, or whatever the case may be, because we know the outcome. So we have to teach our boys to think, first and foremost, think their way out of situations. Use your brain, use your vocabulary, think, use your logic. So while it might feel good in the moment, and it might make you look good to your lady, to your friends, or whatever the case may be, if you prevail, but you got to think about the consequences if you don't prevail. So you got to pick your battles. There was a situation that happened a couple years ago, and it was down in Florida, and it was like a brother had went into the store with his son. Son was about 3 years old, and I think his old lady was in the car, and they parked in the handicap zone. And there was some white guy who routinely patrolled the parking lot for people who were violating the parking policy, and he pretty much accosted this young lady while she was in the car. When the young man came out, he saw him standing over the car, seeing the confrontation with his old lady. He rushed over to the man and he pushed the man down. Now, the man, didn't put hands on the lady, if I could recall. He was just pretty much, berating her or letting her know she needed to move. And I think she was, like, get out of my face or whatever the case may be. So they were having a verbal disagreement, and he sprung into action. And his first reaction was to push the man down onto the ground. And as the man fell down onto the ground and popped back up, he pulled out a gun, shot the man maybe once or twice, and he killed him. And right in front of his 3-year-old son, the man, I think he ran back in the store, bled out, and he died. And that was because he chose, violence as the first reaction. He didn't step in and, try to create space and ask what was going on. He immediately sprung, put hands on the man, and pushed him down to the ground. Now, whether, I think the man was eventually charged. I'm not sure how the case was disposed of. You guys can Google that. But nonetheless, whether the man was justified or not, in shooting him, he's dead. He's dead and gone. And I've seen too many situations where, men have got in between situations between a man and a woman, and either not knowing the whole circumstance or knowing the circumstance and just, putting themselves in harm's way, and, ended up bad. They ended up losing their lives. You know what I'm saying? So